Without wasting any time, the first mistake and probably one of the biggest one I made was getting carried in 2v2. The first time I got plat and the first time I got diamond as well were because I got carried by someone else in 2v2. A lot of people may think, but wait, that's not really a mistake, is it? Like, you're just getting the border, like what's wrong with that, right? Here's the problem with getting a border that you don't deserve, okay? Your self-image will change and you will start to believe that you're actually plat or diamond when in reality you're not even close, right? That will cause you to think that you're better and above the people who are on your level or even better than you, okay? And when you face those same players in ranked, for example, you will always end up raging and getting tilted because your expectations are all fucked up. And when you're tilted, your ability to think properly and make the right decision is gone, right? It's over, which means you're more likely to stay stuck and never rank up or become like the good player that you want to be by yourself. My best advice for this is to never try and shortcut the process. Don't get any boosting. Do not get boosting neither in ones or twos, right? It's going to be a very long journey to become a good player. It's not easy at all. And if you try to shortcut this process, it will not work. Trust me, I tried it before, and all you're doing is just fooling yourself and making this process even longer. The second mistake I did was often swapping characters. So at this point I already established what weapon I'm gonna main, right, which is blasters for me, and sometimes axe as well. But I just kept on swapping from legend to legend, not sure what is the best one for me. One day I'm winning on Ada, the other day it's Diana, the next day it's Baraza, then Teros, then Bryn, and I just kept on switching characters, not knowing what's the better one for me. However, at the time I didn't know that there was a big issue with this, which is that your experience on character A doesn't help you at all when you play character B, especially if they have different weapons, okay? Like if you play two different characters with 4 different weapons, you're progressing 2x, like 2 times slower than if you just play one of them and stick to that one character, okay? Because when you are in a game, you don't play 2 characters at once, do you? No, you play 1 legend at a time. So get good at 1 legend at a time, right? And the best way to choose a character is by picking the one you win on the most and never changing it even if you lose 10 games in a row, okay? I also made an entire video about picking a main, you can check it out if you want, right? But always remember that when you lose, it's not the character's fault. Don't try and blame your loss on external factors that have very little to no effect over your wins at all, okay? And if you don't know what characters you win on the most, then you can check out brawlhalla to see your win rate on every weapon and every character as well. But I believe you have to do your placement matches in ranked first so that the website can recognize your account, okay? The third mistake I did, which is the most painful one to deal with out of all these, is not facing the truth, okay? A lot of players, including myself, hates being average and shit at the game, right? And so we end up trying our best to run away from the fact that we're terrible and not good enough, because that would be so painful to admit, you know what I mean? And so we avoid playing ranked, we avoid admitting that we're not good, we avoid the truth because it sucks. It fucking sucks to be bad at the game, right? Some players just cannot accept the fact that they are not good at the game just yet, okay? And so they do their best to run away from the truth and never face it because it sucks, like I said. However, what I didn't know back then was that by doing that, I'm actually never going to rank up or improve at all, because I don't know my real skill level and I don't have a starting point regarding improvement, since I've been lying to myself this whole time, you know? So this is like your starting point, okay? It's by never lying to yourself and always telling yourself the truth and knowing that you are bad at the game for now, and that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm bad at the game right now. Like, no one is special here. Don't overthink this, okay? The fourth mistake is playing for fun and not knowing my objectives with the game. Basically, there are 2 types of players, alright? There are those who play for fun and others who play for improvement. You need to pick and choose right now which one do you prioritize more. Do you prioritize just enjoying and having fun with friends, or do you prioritize winning and being actually good at the game? For me, it's always been the second options. I don't know why, but I can never have fun or enjoy the game if I'm terrible at it. Like, I've never really understood how the fuck do these motherfuckers be playing the game, laughing and enjoying getting 3 stocked. I don't know how, but it looks like some people do. Okay, so back then I didn't even know about the concept of improving. I had a very fixed mindset from how hard stuck I was. I'd be playing with friends and shit, wishing that I was actually good at the game, wishing that I could 3-stock every one of them, wishing that I could troll them and make fun of them rather than it's being like the other way around, you know what I mean? And if that's the case for you, then I just want to let you know that anyone can rank up, anyone can improve as long as they play for improvement, right? You play with the intention of wanting to get better. However, there is a price to it, right? When you play for improvement, you don't have fun, like you genuinely don't enjoy the game as much, right? And when you play for fun, you do not improve as much as you can. So you have to pick and choose one of the two. You cannot do both. The reason why improvement is not fun is because you have to play ranked every day, and ranked is the most cancer game mode ever because it's difficult, right? You have to watch pro players, you have to watch your replays, you have to analyze your gameplay and understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and go in game with the intentions of improving and dealing with the losses every single day to see results. The only times where you'll be having fun is when you enter the flow state and you can, like, you get a new peak, and that doesn't happen often at all, right? But at least you're getting better at the game and seeing results, which is what you actually want if you're anything like me, okay? So learn the difference between playing for fun and playing for improvement, and make sure you choose one of the two, okay? The fifth mistake that I have for you here, and I want you to avoid, is making up excuses and coping with your situation rather than making the right decisions. Remember earlier when I said I had like a fixed mindset? That's one type of excuses that people tend to make, which is thinking that talent plays a role, and no matter how much effort you put into trying to improve, you will stay where you're at and you'll never be able to get any results because it's all based on luck. Another excuses that people make is that they try to blame their losses on the weapons, the characters, the opponent playstyle, rather than blaming themselves. But the problem here is that if you do this, you will blind yourself from the growth that you could have gotten if you didn't make those excuses. It's like shooting yourself in the foot and placing an obstacle in your way that is made by you to not let you go any forward. Like what? If you blame your losses and skill level on external factors, you will have no leverage or control over your wins and losses because you genuinely believe that it's not your fault. You believe that it's outside of your control. However, if you blame yourself for the loss every single time, you will now have control over the situation, because now all you need to do is just change your actions, and that will put you in the better position, okay? If you want me to personally help you improve and get better, and you can somewhat relate to the things I mentioned in this video, then I believe you will benefit heavily from my one-to-one coaching, and I'll help you achieve the results you want as fast as possible, right? But if you don't want that, it's completely fine. Just make sure to leave a like, and take care, bro.